keep their armor low, force them to have either shield block, shield slam, or execute. And things like slam will stall them with fiery war axe, but you're also trading your own armor, and then the savage war does finish you. You're never able to get in that comfortable life.
My God, this hand is so good for token druid.
It's the ideal hand if he picks up something like Power of the Wild in the next draw or two. Forsen, meanwhile, has an interesting choice. Execute is a card that's very powerful against Innervate, especially when you have cool Taskmasters to proc it. And if you're worried about an early Innervate, that is your ticket to make sure you don't take enough damage. So those two cards I like. Shield Block is a little bit of a, depends who you're asking card. Some players like keeping in their open hands, some players don't.
I feel like you have to keep the Cruel Taskmaster execute because you're not sure what kind of druid are you facing. And one of the most devastating cards and scenarios that the warrior can face against druid is a turn 1 Yeti. So you probably want to keep that execute. Forsen actually decides to mulligan them away.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what he's trying to dig for. It seems like he's being extremely aggressive to try to draw a specific card. The fact that he's willing to throw away execute that quickly.
Oh
but
my
he does
God.
have slam and fiery war axe, which allows him to deal with any 5 health creature, but with Power of the Wild, it puts Violet Teacher out of range for that. And
Look
that
at
might
that
give
hand.
Forsen a hard time.
Look at that hand from Realz. So many spells. Violet Teacher, Power of the Wild. This is just insane. And then Ancient of Lore is a follow-up. Oh my God. This looks so good. How do you even lose?
I like the fact that he's saving it too, because let's see, on turn 3, okay, he can coin Violet Teacher, Innervate, Power of the Wild. Turn 5, you can also Innervate out the Ancient of Lore. This hand is so ridiculous. It's incredibly explosive. Forsen is going to be in for a nightmare of a time unless he draws into some answers.
I think he needs a brawl badly. He will really need that brawl. Right now, the coin into Violet Teacher, Innervate, Power of the Wild. You can even Innervate the Haunted Creeper, actually.
Ooh, and give up your turn 5 play?
Well, turn 5, you play Ancient of Lore.
Yeah, exactly. So if you use your Haunted Creeper and you Innervate it now, then you're not able to kind of use the Innervate for the Haunted Creeper, but it might be too good to pass. It might be too good to pass up, and I think Forsen realizes the big wombo combo for a full board presence is going to be extremely hard to come back from, as Realz draws also a Defender of Argus, so he does have a turn 4 follow-up.
Forsen's funny, well played. By the way, this is the first game that we can actually see Forsen's hand. Wait, we actually seen it the last game as well.
Yeah, you know, Forsen has resumed the recording as of game 3, and we're happy to have him here. Second shield slam, so let's see, how can he pair everything together? He can definitely deal with the Violet Teacher, but it's about pairing things effectively.
There's no brawl, so you will have to. Do you slam to increase the chance of getting brawl? Like, how do you even deal with those 2/2s?
Here comes a little bit of BM here from Forsen. Well, he has the option to slam and then attack and then shield slam to deal with the Violet Teacher. That is the biggest priority, but then he's still looking at 8 damage. He can use a little bit of his own health as a resource as well with Fiery War Axe, but again, that's not preferable either.
He can't even actually shield slam the Violet Teacher here. Yeah. Okay, he actually can. He can also shield slam one of the minions. But do you do it? I guess you can.
You're taking too much damage otherwise. They're going to be shredding armor and shield slam becomes useless.
Well, Realz has oh my God, there is a Savager even.
Yeah, with Defender of Argus, this is going to continue to build the board.
Right now, Realz
can the burns! Somebody get Gara some water. Because that burns. Oh my God. And it's continuing going on. Well, Forsen is paying attention to at least one thing here, because it looks like he's lost focus a little bit on the game. Or has he?
Well, coming back to Realz hand, Realz can play Haunted Creeper and finish the Armorsmith with Shapeshift. He might also play Defender of Argus if he wants to. I wonder if he's actually thinking about using Savager in here. Savager into 12 points of damage and killing the 1/1. I guess you probably just use play the Haunted Creeper in case there is a brawl. You want to have at least some value from those minions.
Oh man, Forsen's such a good entertainer. Man, it's hilarious. I completely agree. I think saving Defender of Argus makes sense. Putting out Haunted Creeper just continues to build the board. Wait to see what your opponent does too. If he draws like Brawl, you don't want to overextend. And this actually makes it more brawl proof.
Really nice.
Yeah, that's an important top deck for sure.
And he's killing the spider. But Realz has Defender of Argus, so he will be able to actually save the spiders and deal even more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Argent Squire pickup is still good if you're playing not afraid of the brawl and just forcing your way through.
It's interesting that if he plays to buff the Argent Squire, then Black Knight all of a sudden picks up value. You don't really get Black Knight value because Druid of the Claws are often in cap mode and charge you for 4 damage. So
I think
in an interesting way, it might pick up value from Black Knight in a nice way.
I think what he does is he buffs the 1/1 tokens with Defender of Argus and then kills the Unstable Ghoul with 2 of his 2-2s, plays the Argent Squire and attacks for 6 total. So he ends up with the board of 4 minions, even 5 minions actually, that are pretty formidable. And with Forsen not being able to deal with them, the Savage Roar next turn might actually be lethal. Or close to lethal. He's actually deciding not to play Defender of Argus. Oh wait, okay. He is playing Defender.
He is. He's just trying to see what he can do. You can't really play around things like Whirlwind too much. You just have to kind of absorb the damage, play the Argent Squire last. Completely agree with the play. Not to mention that it makes things like Black Knight much weaker, which is almost certain to come out from Forsen.
This is definitely better than what I suggested because he was able to save a 2/2 minion instead of a 1/1 minion.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Forsen has kind of continued to fight back against the board, but his opponent keeping up the pressure. Realz picks up Power of the Wild. Wow. Continuing to build up the presence of the board presence, and next turn he does have Ancient of Lore.
Do you actually Savage Roar in here? Power of the Wild, Savage Roar to be able to clear.
That's 8 plus 8. That's 16 damage.
He can actually attack face. He can attack face. He can also clear the Black Knight. But I feel like being at this point, you just go face, kind of. And also he has the Ancient of Lore for next turn, so if he actually plays Power of the Wild, Savage Roar, clears the Black Knight, goes for face with the rest of the damage, he ends up having an upper hand, and Forsen will have to clear the board, somehow stabilize, and Forsen only has 3 cards in his hand, and right now we know that only one of them is usable. So then Realz pushes with damage, wins the board, wins the tempo war, and he has Ancient of Lore as a fantastic follow-up next turn.
And the Savage Roar does come out. He has the ability to trade in as well, and it looks like he will, to try and pressure and keep as much damage as possible. Forsen has big, heavy minions, but he can't even play a couple of them. Shield block off the top. Hopefully chain draws into something better, but he does need to stabilize.
Shield block into shield block. You need to kill one of those minions and armor up.
So.
Still, you're facing 5 points of damage next turn, and there is an Ancient of Lore. It's so annoying when you see the Druid having only 1 card, you're like, yeah, this is even. I'm doing good. And then there is this Ancient of Lore.
Absolutely. Reloads the hand, matches it card for card, at least what he's holding, and then is able to continue putting pressure. 5 damage, completely negates the shield
Roar
block.
Again. Oh my god.
And a Loatheb.
Well, I think even the more important thing is that he will have Druid of the Claw and Savage Roar next turn, so possibly 6-8 points of damage from empty hand.
Oh, and he cleaves, misses the Argent Squire, and Forsen apologizing to himself because he realized, or maybe he's trying to get Grommash to apologize to him because that was a failed RNG roll. Forsen will get Savage Roar and pushed out of Game 4. The series is evened up, but it's okay because the Warrior has at least taken out one important deck from Realz. and now he has a choice. But it is going to be Druid or Priest, and it makes me feel like he's going to favor the Druid, because Priest sometimes struggles against the flurry of 4-attack minions with things like Druid the Claw.
Well, Priest is an accident. Wait, did he have like level 9 warrior? I guess he's